Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all to the second series of live phone-in program organized by the Tele Center for Persons with Communication Disorders. All India Institute of Speech and Hearing MYSURU as a part of celebrating World Hearing Day 2022. I am Revati Prasad, working as clinical supervisor in the Department of Audiology at AIISH. I will be the moderator for today's program. The All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, popularly known as AIISH, is a pioneer institute under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, catering to the needs of persons with communication disorders. 3rd March of every year is celebrated as World Hearing Day by the World Health Organization, that is WHO. The main objective of celebrating World Hearing Day is to raise public awareness about how to avoid deafness and hearing impairment, as well as to support ear and hearing care around the world. The theme for this year is To Hear for Life, Listen with Care. This year, World Health Organization will focus on the importance of safe listening as a means of maintaining good hearing across life course. About 1.1 billion young people worldwide are at risk of hearing loss due to unsafe listening practices, according to the statistics of WHO. In middle and high-income countries, 50% of the population are exposed to unsafe levels of sound from the use of personal audio devices, and 40% are exposed to potentially damaging sound levels. Today, we have with us 2 experts as resource persons who will be answering all your queries and give you lot of information and tips on safe listening. I would like to introduce the subject experts for today's program. We have with us Dr. Rajeshwari, Professor and Head of ENT Department, AIISH, MYSURU. Her research interests include micro-ear surgery, vestibular disorders, phonosurgery, and FES. Welcome you, Dr. Rajeshwari.
Thank you, Revati.
We also have with us Dr. Praveen Kumar, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Audiology. His areas of interest are diagnostic audiology, auditory processing disorders, speech perception in clinical population, and cochlear implants. Welcome you, Dr. Praveen Kumar.
Thank you, Revati Madam.
Remember, this is a live program and our resource persons are here with us to answer all your questions. You can reach us by dialing the number 0821 250 2530. The number is also displayed on the screen. I once again welcome you all. Let us begin the program. Dr. Praveen, today's topic of discussion is safe listening. Can you please tell us what is meant by safe listening?
Thank you, Madam. I think it's very important for all of us to understand what do you mean by safe listening and why World Health Organization for this particular year, they have given a theme of To Hear for Life, Listen with Care. So when we talk about safe listening, it's a listening behavior that doesn't put an individual hearing at risk. So that means one is the hearing, which is one of the important function of your one of the senses, that is ear and the different parts of the ear which is involved in that. And that hearing should not be at risk because of several factors which, across the lifespan, whether you talk about younger population, whether you talk about older individuals, and in between. For all the individuals having a good hearing, having a hearing acuity well within normal limit, which is below 15 dB HL when we define in terms of audiology. And when we talk about safe listening, listening is attentive hearing. So basically you are hearing the informations which is exchanged between 2 individuals, and that too is with attention. You are paying attention to the content. So that's what the safe listening means. And there are a lot of risk factors which is involved in day-to-day life, and especially in today's technological world, where the technology is developing so rapidly that you have to get a customized, as well as you have to ensure that there is no negative or deleterious effect of such technology and device on your safe listening. And that could be, depends upon, whether how loud sounds you are exposed to, what is the duration of the signal you are exposed to, as well as the environment where you are spending the time. So very important, having the safe listening means you are not putting your hearing at risk. That's what in short it is.
Very well explained, Dr. Praveen. Can you please explain how does this listening happen?
Yeah, as I said, when we are talking about listening, hearing is ingredient part of it. And when we are talking about the process which happens, though it looks so simple, but it's a complex process. There are different stages which is involved in listening. I can give you one of the way of explaining this effective listening and the different processes which is involved. What happens is, when a person, there is an interaction happening between speaker and listener. So speaker, commenting about something. Let's take a call.
We shall continue after this.
Yeah, please.
Hello. Hello.
ಹಲೋ
ಹೇಳಿಮ್ಮ.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಮೌನ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಚಾಮರಾಜನಗರದಿಂದ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮೌನ ಅವರೇ, ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಏನು?
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ನಾನು 5 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ 3 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಕಿವಿ ತುಂಬ ಕಟ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್?
ಓಕೆಮ್ಮ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದ
ಮೌನ, ನೀವು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಹಾಬೀಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಹೋಗೋದು ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲು, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಎಷ್ಟು, ಒಂದು ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸರಿ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ?
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಒಂದು 10 ಜನ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಲೋರಿನೇಟ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಅವರು ವೀಕ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ನೋಡಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು, ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ಗೆ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಒಂದು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕಿವಿ ಕಡ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕಿವಿ ಸೋರುವಿಕೆನಾ ಅಥವಾ ನೋವಾ?
ಕಿವಿ ನೋವು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಕಿವಿ ನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಅದು ಇಯರ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ವಾ? ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕೋತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕಿವಿನೂ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಬಳಸಿದ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅವರು ಪೂಲ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಒಂದು, ಅದು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಕಂಟ್ಯಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಡಿಕ್ವೇಟ್. ಅದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಮೇಲೂ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲಲ್ಲಿ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಿಕಾಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು, ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಜುಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೆಗಡಿ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಿವಿ ಸೋಂಕು ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಸೋರೋದಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಶೀತ ನೆಗಡಿ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಥವಾ ಜ್ವರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹರಡೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಏನೇನ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ. ಅದನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸರ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್. ನಾವು ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಶೀತ ನೆಗಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಕಿವಿ ಸೋರೋ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳೇನಾನ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಈಜುಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಈಜುಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಇದು ಜನರಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲಲ್ಲೂ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ದಿರಾ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣ ಕಂಟಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮೀರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕ್ಲೋರಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ದಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಆ ನೀರಿನ ಸ್ಪರ್ಶ ಆಗೇ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನೀವು ಡೈವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಬೇರೆ, ನೀವು ಇಯರ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಹಾಕೋತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೋಗೋಕೆ 2 ದಾರಿ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು ಮೂಗು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಿವಿ, 2 ಓಪನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹೋಗೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳು ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಇಯರ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೀನ್, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್, ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ 3 times ಆದರೂ, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಪನ್ 7 days a week 3 times ಆದರೂ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಮೀರಿನೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾನ ಅಲರ್ಜಿ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಿವಿ ಸೋಂಕಾಗುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ENT ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಿಕಾಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅಲರ್ಜಿನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಮೋಹನ್ ಅವರೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಸಿಕ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನೇನು ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆ ವಹಿಸಬೇಕು, ನೀವು ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್.
Okay.
Dr.
So,
Praveen, can you please?
yeah, we were talking about the key points with reference to the listening process. So what happens is when speaker and listener, they are communicating to each other, there are different stages which involves. The first thing is the receiving the information. You need to understand the context. Then you need to understand what the information is. That is the understanding. Once you understood what is the context, then you move to the evaluation. You try to evaluate, critically assess the informations. Then you have to remember the informations, and finally you have to respond that based on the context, whether it is a verbal mode or whether it is a non-verbal mode. So if you look into it, these 5 stages looks like simple, but it's so complex. And that's where, if you wanted to make your communication more effective, that is the effective communication between speaker and listener, that these 5 stages are very, very important to have an effective communications.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen. You have given a very good information. Madam, we just received a call about the problems during swimming. Can you please tell us what are the common causes of hearing loss in different age groups and how can they be prevented?
Normally, hearing losses can be divided into pediatric problems, andre makkalalla aguvanಥ ತೊಂದರೆಗಳು, or it can be divided into adults. So there are certain causes which affect only the middle-age groups of the adults, and then there is the geriatric population who have a different sort of problems like the degenerative disorders. So makkalali, if you look into the pediatric population, most often the causes 70 to 80% ella treatable causes, because there is a tube connecting the ear and the nose, and that's called the eustachian tube. This is not developed very well, or it is in the process of developing in case of a child. So what happens is, because it is not very well developed and it is short and stout and it is horizontal, infections from your nose can very easily be transmitted into your ear. So the common problems that we see in children are ear discharge, ear pain, ear blockage, these kind of things. And in children you'll also see, sometimes you can see impacted wax. Okay, gugge gatti agbidodu. So hardening of the wax, which can give rise to a conductive block. So then you can also see children are a little curious by nature. So commonly you might see some foreign bodies also, which may lie there and it has never come into the notice of the parents, and one fine day there is pain, they may bring the child. So these are some of the common problems that affect the child. In addition to this, there is what is called congenital sensory neural hearing loss. That can also happen andre ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನರದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಾಯಿ ಗರ್ಭದಿಂದ ಮಗುಗೆ ನರ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಆಗದಿರ ಆ ತರ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಅಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕಿವಿ ಕೇಳದಿರ ಇರಬಹುದು. These are the common problems in children. Okay. So in addition to this, if you look into the adult age group, so if you look into adult age group, the problems are both infective as well as allergy, or sometimes there are metabolic disorders also. Andre avrige kivi sorinke irbodu. They may have a ear discharge, they may have ear pain, or they may even have just deafness without having ear pain and ear discharge also. Those kind of problems can also be seen in the middle age group. And in the elderly age group, ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ ನೋ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೇರ್.
ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರಂಥಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಇರೋ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರಂಥಿ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಗ್ರಂಥಿ ನರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ನರಮಂಡಲಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರ ಅಂಶ ಬೇಕು. ಥೈರಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತದೋ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಮೈಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ನರ್ವ್ ಫೈಬರ್ಸ್ನ ಮೈಲಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನರ್ವ್ ಫೈಬರ್ ಮೈಲಿನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೇನೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಕಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಥೈರಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಟು ದಟ್, ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ, ಮಧುಮೇಹ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ದಟ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್. ಸುಮಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫೈ, ಸುಮಾರು ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಾವು ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಿನ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರೋ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸು ಅಥವಾ ಮಧುಮೇಹ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ನೀವು ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಿಂದ್ರೇನೋ ಆ ಥರ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಂಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಗ್ರಂಥಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಗ್ರಂಥಿ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ವೋ, ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಕೊರತೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಂಶನ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮೆಟಬಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಅಂಶ ಏರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರೋದು ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ತಿನ್ನೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಕೊರತೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ಯಾಂಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಗ್ರಂಥಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಓಕೆ,
ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ
हेलो,
ಹಾಂ ಮಾತಾಡಿಮಾ.
मैं बात कर सकते हैं आप?
ಹಾಂ
ಹಿಂದಿ.
ಹಾಂ
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए, क्या दिक्कत है आपको बताइए।
जी मैं आपका लाइव देख रही थी। मुझे आपसे ये सवाल पूछना था कि सर्दियों के मौसम में या ज्यादा ठंड वगैरह हो ना, तो मेरे कान में दर्द होता है। वो दिन में कम होता है पर फिर से सुबह अगले दिन चालू हो जाता है।
अच्छा, सर्दी के मौसम में आपके कान में दर्द रहता है,
हाँ जी।
ये हमेशा रहता है या फिर जब काफी ठंड रहती है उस समय रहता है? आप किस एरिया में रहते हैं? आपका रेसिडेंस का लोकेशन क्या है?
ठंड के मौसम में ज्यादा होता है और सुबह सुबह जब मैं बाहर जाती हूँ तब, और नहाने के बाद हेड वॉश करने के बाद ज्यादा पेन होता है।
अच्छा, आपकी एज की उम्र क्या है?
22।
22। कान से भी पानी आता है?
हाँ जी, कभी कभी।
ओके, अच्छा, तो मैडम
कैन यू प्लीज ऐड?
आपके कान बहता है क्या?
नहीं, ज्यादा नहीं, बस थोड़ा थोड़ा।
नहीं, अगर आपको कान बहने की समस्या है तो उसको हम सिर्फ एलर्जी या ठंड मौसम से रिलेट नहीं कर सकते. मतलब आपके कान में इन्फेक्शन है जो हड्डियों तक पहुंच गई है, और शायद उसको थोड़ी दवा दे के उसको सुखा के फिर से देखना पड़ेगा कि आपके कान बरोबर सुनता है या कान के रगों को भी तकलीफ है कि नहीं करके. ओके, तो आपने कभी ENT सर्जन से नहीं मिला?
नहीं, कभी नहीं इसको डॉक्टर के पास नहीं दिखाया, बिकॉज ये अभी अभी चालू हुआ है ज्यादा पेन, पहले नहीं होता था।
देखो, पहले सिर्फ बहता था और अब पेन है, मतलब अब 2 सिम्टम हो गया है, मतलब बीमारी बढ़ रही है कि नहीं? तो आपको एक ENT सर्जन की जरूरत है, आप उनको दिखाना है, तो वो आपको जो इन्फेक्शन है उसको पहले काबू में करेंगे, बाद में देखेंगे कि आपकी सुनने की शक्ति बरोबर है कि नहीं करके. अगर नहीं है तो उसका भी इलाज हो सकता है, शायद सर्जरी की जरूरत होगी. ओके,
और अगर हम इसमें प्रिवेंशन की बात करते हैं, अगर आप रोकथाम की बात करते हैं, पहले तो मैडम ने जो बताया वो ट्रीटमेंट आपको करवाना है, उसके साथ साथ आपको अवॉइड करना है किस तरह के इन्वायरमेंट में आप जो है अपने कान को प्रोटेक्ट करें, और जो जरूरत की दवा है वो नजदीक के कान नाक गला विशेषज्ञ को दिखा करके आप उनसे दवा लें.
Thank you for calling. Madam, we were talking about the metabolic disorders, like thyroid
We were
and
talking about
diabetes.
thyroid and we were talking about diabetes also, and there are systemic diseases like hypertension also, especially these days it is very stressful and you find hypertension. Earlier we used to find hypertension and diabetes as maturity onset diseases. In the sense it would appear maybe after you're 40 and all. But nowadays it is seen in the younger population also, and probably it is directly related to the stress that they undergo.
Okay.
So though there is some amount of genetic contribution to that, so we have sedentary lifestyles now, so there's not much of physical activity. In the last 2 years we've been on pandemic, so that also has reduced a lot of physical activity amongst us. So these kind of metabolic disorders also can give rise to hearing losses. And in children, if you would see, there is something called secretory otitis media or blue ear. In the sense, there is some fluid collected in the middle ear because of chronic infections of the nose, which might kind of travel to the ear. So in such situations also, the children may complain only of deafness and not really pain, okay, or some occasionally dull aching pain. So whenever your child has any misarticulation or is complaining, or is you have to call him twice or thrice and he's not attentive, and that's the time for you to at least become alert and see if my child is hearing accurately or no. Okay. So most of the children are quite intelligent, so they know how to use mobiles and all, so you can give it to them and ask them to test on both the sides of their hearing adequately. They're quite intelligent these days, so they do complain if there is a difference between the 2 ears. And in the elderly population, if you see, now you know that as you get older, almost of your reflexes and activity comes down. And slowly your eyes become dim, your hairs turn grey, and so also the nerves of your body become a little lax and sluggish. So you can have a maturity onset or an age onset hearing loss, what we call as presbycusis. This is commonly seen in the elderly age group. So anybody who's above 50, we would recommend an annual checkups for them. So if somebody at your house is old and you have to repeatedly call them, or if they kind of keep the volumes of their TV very high, and that's a time when you have to get suspicious and see if they really have a hearing loss or an issue which they might have not noticed. Okay, so these are the common causes of
Thank you,
hearing
madam.
losses.
You have, in detail, you have explained about the causes in childhood, adults, and also in geriatrics. Dr. Praveen, madam has told many causes and mainly causes in childhood also. Can you please tell me what is the earliest stage that a child can listen to sounds?
Very good question. When we talk about, when this hearing happens, and especially younger children or younger population, I would like to, remind, all those listeners, who are attending this particular program. You must have heard of it. There is something called fetal hearing, So when it comes to the hearing, it's not only happening after birth, it is happening even before birth of the babies. And that's what is named as fetal hearing. Since cochlea, the structure of ear is already developed, after 3 months of, 3 months of gestation period, it's, in the second and third itself, you get a sensation of hearing. That's the fetal hearing. Once baby born, you will see that you can able to identify starter reflexes when you are presenting loud sound. Later on, somewhere at 2 to 3 months or 4 months, you will see baby started recognizing mother's voice, recognizing stranger's voice. They are getting scared with something which is not pleasing. So such behaviors you will notice in younger babies.
Can
Yeah, please. We will take a call and then we'll continue.
Hello.
Hello.
Really, sir?
Hey dear, you they call right?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You can ask your question.
Ask a question.
So I have ringing sensation in the ear.
Okay.
I am traveling in the train.
You have ringing sensation in the ear.
Yes.
You are traveling in train. Is it happening when you are traveling in train alone, or it is happening otherwise also?
When I'm traveling in the train.
Okay, otherwise it's not there ringing sensation in your ear.
No.
Oh, that's great. And since when you are having this complaint, these issues?
On and off since 2 years.
Oh, last 2 years. Are you taking any medicine for that?
No, I'm not.
Did you get evaluated for your hearing acuity, hearing abilities?
Yes, I did my hearing test, so that is normal.
That is absolutely normal. Okay.
Yes.
Could you able to hear that particular sound? What is there, that ringing sound? No.
Yeah, so it's like a whistle sound,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes on and off,
Okay.
and it lasts for around 15-20 seconds.
Oh, okay. So how are you managing from last 2 years?
I don't pay attention to it.
Okay.
If there is silence, then it bothers.
Okay, that's great. So exactly this particular symptoms is in our audiology and in scientific term we call tinnitus. Probably this is a buzzing or ringing sound which is referred as tinnitus. But there are several reason for developing these kind of the buzzing sound in your ear, and you are trying to associate your problem with when you are traveling in train, not otherwise. But otherwise, there are several causes which can lead to this symptoms of tinnitus. So you said that you have absolutely normal hearing when you got it hearing testing done. Yes. So tinnitus do associate with or without hearing loss, and it do get reflected in any age group of individuals. So we need to do further evaluations to identify, that what is the causative factor in your case for the tinnitus, and for that we do tinnitus evaluations. Once we get to know what is the reason for having ringing or buzzing sound in your ear, depending upon identifying the cause, the possible treatment is either medical or non-medical. If medicine is going to work out for you, medication is given. Along with us, Dr. Rajeshwari Madam is there with us. Madam will highlight, if it's possible to get it, relieved with the medications. When it comes to non-medical, once we get to know the causative factor, we do have, training like tinnitus retraining therapy or counseling. Once we identify what could be the possible cause and whether these kind of therapy is going to work out for you or not. So my suggestion to you is get it evaluated further and look for the best possible treatment. Madam will add on with reference to the medical management.
Madam, can you please add on?
See, you're saying your tinnitus is intermittent, no?
Yes.
It's not continuously present.
No.
Even it is there only at the night, or it's there throughout the day?
In the day.
Only it is there in the day also.
Only in the day.
It's only in the day, not in the night.
Yes. No.
Are you working?
Yes.
You're working. So it disturbs your work? We are trying to know whether it really bothers you. That is why that question.
Okay. So I am studying in a college of mass media.
Mass media.
No, does it interfere with your studies also? The sound interferes with your classes and studies?
Sometimes, yes.
See, there one is, the good thing about your tinnitus is now, well, the ringing sound in your ear is called tinnitus. The medical term for that is tinnitus. So, since it's an intermittent one, we should always look for treatable causes. The probability of you suffering from a treatable cause is more. Could be a malfunctioning eustachian tube, maybe an allergy, or sometimes maybe a hypertension which is got undetected, okay, or a thin canal wall, or a wax plug sitting on your eardrum. All these needs to be evaluated. All this will give rise to treatable causes of tinnitus.
Okay.
But since you got a pure tone audiometry done from your call, what I understood is you got a PTA done. That means your hearing thresholds. So though you have a normal hearing thresholds, that's a good sign that you're not suffering from sensory neural hearing loss. So this tinnitus can be treated. It may require some drugs. It will also require you a CBT, what is called cognitive behavioral therapy. So with that, you will definitely find relief. But before that, we need to assure, or you should assure yourself that you're not a stressful person, because stress can work against that.
Yes.
So you should do something to de-stress also.
Okay.
Okay, ma?
Like what, ma'am?
De-stress. What do you do to de-stress?
Yoga or
Yeah.
Yeah, meditation, not yoga. Yoga is for physical activity, and of course, it can bring about a good mental health. But your levels of meditation, the depth of your meditation, can reduce your stress levels and increase the endorphins in you. Endorphin is a feel-good hormone in your body. So people who are stressful have lesser levels of endorphins. So you should make something to increase. So you should always indulge yourself in a hobby. Understood? So that's the best way to de-stress, because I do not know what de-stresses you. What do you do when you de-stress? When you want to be de-stressed, what do you do?
just read something.
You read something.
Yeah.
So next time when you try to read and you see if it is de-stressing, this tinnitus should bother you. Okay? See if that's happening. If that's not happening, then all the remedies that I said could be tried.
Okay.
Understood?
Thank you so much.
Hope your question is answered. You can consult the ENT doctor or an audiologist at the earliest stage. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Praveen, we
Yes,
were
I
talking
think
about by 2 to 3 months,
Yeah,
the
we
child
were
in the womb
talking
starts
about-
hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I was trying to tell is, that when it comes to hearing and listening, it starts before birth itself. And we get to understand that, that the baby started discriminating different sounds, mother voice, father voice, stranger's voice, different noise, the different environmental sounds. And that's how it continues, and they could able to start paying attention depending upon their interest.
1 second.
We will take a call.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Riddhi from Delhi. I want to know one thing. Like my child is wearing hearing aid, using hearing aid with molds.
Okay.
So we are putting Solivex. So I want to know how frequently we have to put Solivex in her ears. Like once in a week or twice in a week or thrice to clear the wax.
Madam.
Dr. Rajeshwari, can you please answer the question?
Madam, Solivax is just a wax dissolvent.
Yeah.
Now, if you're using a ear mold, the wax that is being formed will be very minimal because there's a mold that protects it. But
Okay.
you have to go periodically to your ENT surgeon. Maybe I would say you go once in 3 weeks. It all depends on, see, the wax formation is genetically determined. It is not like, for every 3 months, there is no schedule for it. So all that you have to do is put a torchlight and see your child's ear, remove the ear mold, see the child. If there is a wax plug accumulated there, then you should use a Solivax at least 3 to 4 days before you go to the ENT doctor, and then take it out from him. That's all. There is no fixed schedule. Okay?
Okay. So the child does not cooperate much because we cannot sedate the child while taking out the wax. So she shouts a lot. She got trauma also. We did it last time in MYSURU only, but after that she falls ill also. This is a thing.
See, there are 2-3 things happening. One is, first thing I would not recommend you to do it. The second thing is, the wax dissolvents must be adequately applied at least 3 to 4 days or 5 days prior to removing it, so that it is ensured that it is softer. Most of the times you people book your tickets and come, and the same day we are trying to remove it, that may cause trauma. That should not happen, because when we are doing that and you're coming from far off places also, we do recommend you that start your ear drops, or it is better you get your ears cleaned from an ENT doctor at your hometown and then come here for evaluation. That is also good enough.
Okay, ma'am. Got your point. Thank you.
Okay. Riddhi, I hope your question is answered. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Praveen, you have said hearing starts as early as 2 to 3 months.
Yeah. So,
Madam.
Okay, thank you.
Madam, hearing starts in the womb itself. So, what are the precautions that a pregnant woman should take during pregnancy? We'll answer
I'll
this.
answer this.
Yeah. Hello. ಹೇಳಿಮ್ಮ.
ಅದು ನನಗೆ ಕಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ.
ಹಾ.
ಬಲಗಡೆ ಕಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ.
ಹಾ. ಹೇಳಿಮ್ಮ, ಯಾವಾಗಿಂದ?
1-2 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಯಾವ ತರ ಶಬ್ದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ?
ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಯಸ್ಸು ಎಷ್ಟಮ್ಮ?
50 ವರ್ಷ.
ಓಕೆ.
ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಕಿವಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ.
ತೋರಿಸ್ಲೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಟರ್ಮಿಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ದಿನ ಬರೋದು, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ದಿನ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಬರಲ್ಲ?
ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಅದೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಯರ್ಫೋನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಆ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ನೀವು ಇಯರ್ಫೋನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ? ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕ?
ಹಾಡು ಕೇಳೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್, ಶುಗರ್,
ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಹೈಪರ್ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆತರ ಏನಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಹೌಸ್ ವೈಫ್ ಇರೋದು?
ಹೌಸ್ ವೈಫ್.
50 ವರ್ಷ ಏಜ್ ಇರೋದಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಈ ತರದ್ದು ಶಬ್ದ ಕಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗೂಗು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ, ಬಜಿಂಗ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತ, ಇದು ಟೆನೈಟಸ್ ಹೇಳೋದು ನಾವು. ಬಟ್ ಈ ತರದ್ದು ಶಬ್ದ ಬರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ಆರ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಸ್. ಕಿವಿದು ಕೇಳಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆದು ಇರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ನೀವು ಕಿವಿದು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ENT ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಕಿವಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನೋಡಕ್ಕಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ತಮಟೆ ಸಳಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಗೂಗೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಹೀಗೆ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಕಿವಿದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ಅದು ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕಿವಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಿವಿ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೋಡಕ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರದ್ದು ಗುಷ್ ಶಬ್ದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೋ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡೋದು. ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಾನ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಕಿವಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿನಾ? ಸೊ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು? ಮೈಸೂರಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ? ಮಂಡ್ಯದಿಂದ. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ಮಂಡ್ಯಲ್ಲಿನೇ ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸರಿ. ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮೈಸೂರು ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋಮವಾರದಿಂದ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ತನಕ ಬಂದು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿನಾ?
ಅಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ದು ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತ ವಾಕ್ಶ್ರವಣ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಅಂತ ಮೈಸೂರು ಮಾನಸ ಗಂಗೋತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೋಮವಾರದಿಂದ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ 9 ರಿಂದ 5:30 ತನಕ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಲಿಡೇಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ನೀವು ಯಾವತ್ತಾರು ಒಂದಿನ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆನೆ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಿವಿನ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. Madam, we were talking about precautions for pregnant women.
Well, if you look at pregnancy, Revati, the ear is a special senses. ಪಂಚೇಂದ್ರಿಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಏನಂತೀವೋ 5 ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಯರ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿನ ನೀವು 3 ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಮಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ತಿಂಗಳು, ಆಮೇಲೆ 3 ತಿಂಗಳು, ಆಮೇಲೆ 3 ತಿಂಗಳು ಅಂತ. ಈ ಕಿವಿ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗದೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ and it is completed by the end of the pregnancy. So the entire pregnancy period is quite important for the mother. Whatever diseases affects the mother during the pregnancy is going to reflect on the development of the child, not just the hearing, overall health of the child also. But ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಿಕಾಷನ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿನ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದೇನು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ವಿನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಮಗು ಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ದಿರಾ ಯೂಟ್ರಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸಿ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅನಾಮಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆರಿಗೆನ ಯಾರು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಹೆರಿಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ರಸೂತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ರೋಗ ತಜ್ಞರು ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೋತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈಮಿಸ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅಲ್ಟ್ರಾಸೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ ಹೇಳಿಮ್ಮ.
Ma'am, can I speak in English?
Yes, you can speak English.
Okay, ma'am, what if we're working in a place where there is, overexposure of noise, or we're living in a community where there's a factory nearby? Other than using ear protection devices, because in fact they've already given ear protection devices, but that is, many of them are still getting hearing loss. Is there any other way to protect our hearing?
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Praveen Kumar will answer your query.
Very good questions. See what you have already mentioned about one of the modalities to take care of from the loud exposure of noise. All your residence is in and around industrial areas, and you said that your protective device, they are already using it. We are already using it. So what else we can do it? So when it comes to the exposure of noise on daily basis, which is referred as occupational hazard, and that has to be taken care of at different level. One is at the source level, another one is the medium that which is getting shifting from one place to another place, that is pathways, and the third one is the receiver end. The source level, what we have to try is like having tree plantation. You try to use the thicker curtain in your house, try to minimize the input, closing the windows, having a heavy doors. These are for you if you are staying in industrial areas, and industrial management is not taking care of, or it's not feasible for them to take care of because of their nature of functioning. So for you as a affected person who are getting exposed to loud noise, you have to try to manage at your level by changing the environment. So this is one way of minimizing it. Other one, you already said, ear protective device. Of course, that you can do it. The third one is the pathway. So you can try to have the barrier between the source of the noise as well as receiver end to you. So by doing these strategies, you can try to avoid day to day loud noise exposure and have the safe listening. This is what you can think about it. Or otherwise you have to relocate your the place where it's not very noisy areas and it's a quiet place. I know sometimes it's difficult to think about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for calling, ma. I think your question is answered.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. It's Dr. Rajeshwari. We were talking about the precautions a pregnant woman should take.
So the first thing that I told you is the confirmation of a pregnancy, and the second is to go to an obstetrician or gynecologist who do an ultrasound scanning, just to detect if there is any congenital anomalies. Why they would do an early ultrasound scanning is if those anomalies are not compatible with life, then a medical termination of pregnancy can be advised. But that also has to be done within the first 8 weeks only, which will be safer for the mother. Second thing is the mother must gain throughout her entire pregnancy. She should at least gain about so good amount of. Most of these pregnant women complain of hyperemesis. That is, they have a lot of nausea and vomiting.
Okay.
So they are dreadful of eating. So they may not consume well. So if they don't consume well, the fetus will not grow well. So it has a deficiency. It will have a nutritional deficiency. It may not gain weight. So giving rise to a low birth weight baby always risks or increases the risks of hearing losses. Okay. So the mother must at least gain through her entire pregnancy about 12 kgs. She should get vaccinated for anti-D, and all her MMR vaccines must be taken. And she should also go in for her blood grouping and typing, so that we know that she will not give rise to a incompatible. I take this call.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Haley, sir.
Ma'am, I was just seeing your live session on the Facebook,
Yes, sir.
and I just wanted to speak about my hearing issue.
Yes, sir. You can ask your query.
Ma'am, I'm around the 52 now, crossing 52,
Yes, sir.
and I have a very low hearing problem now. Because if I have to watch a television, unless it is loud enough, I cannot hear anything. And that becomes a big issue in the family also, because they are also disturbed when the volume is big. So I tried one test once, but that showed normal. I think that was around 2 years ago.
So, pardon, what did you try?
Hearing test.
Hearing test.
Hearing
Okay.
test.
Test.
Okay. 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 Sir, where are you from?
I'm from Kolhapur.
Okay, sir. We have Dr. Praveen Kumar here. He will answer your query.
Thank you very much, sir. I think you mentioned about you are 52 plus, and
Yeah.
you also mentioned that you are having normal hearing 2 years back when you got it hearing testing done.
Yes.
And but then at the same time you are complaining that you have to increase the volume of television, where other family members are getting disturbed. They feel that you are raising your volume of television while watching TV. So looks like definitely you have some amount of discomfort when hearing sensitivity, when the intensity of the sound is low, which is comfortable for other members in your family, but then not for you. So what is my suggestion is, you said 2 years back you got it testing done. Looks like if you don't have any other issues, whether it is these days quite common diabetes, hypertension, and other lifestyle diseases do have very close
I'm free
association.
of all this, sir. I don't have any other.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's good for you if it's not associated with those factors. Then my suggestion is you must get it evaluated once again, since you got it done 2 years back, because we professionals recommend annual checkup. Every year you should get your hearing testing done, because it's a non-invasive procedure. It's not going to harm you, and it hardly takes for adults 15 to 20 minutes. So wherever you are, and I'm sure in most of the cities these days the basic audiological evaluation facilities are available, so you can get it your hearing testing done. Have a look of it, whether the across the frequencies, is there any loss, there is a deterioration in your hearing acuity, whether it is high frequency or mid frequency or low frequencies. Because when they do the testing, they look for different frequencies and how loud sound you are able to recognize it. This is one part of it. Let me tell you that this pure tone audiometry is as simple as it is. But then in addition to that, many times we do observe in older age, there are other factors, like your ability to comprehend this content. So we need to see how well you are able to discriminate the speech sound or identify the speech sound. So when we communicate, are you able to comprehend very well? So how is your speech recognition abilities? So any audiologists who do an evaluation, they also try to see that particular demand, because that abilities do have association with pathological conditions, and that needs to be taken into considerations. If it is a simple, because of age-related issues, which is referred as presbycusis, then it's fair enough. You can get evaluated, and hopefully you will get the best possible treatment. So my suggestion to you is get testing done. Have a consultation of, ENT consultation as well, whether other factors is ruled out, and most likely you will get a solution for it. Whether you need hearing aid, you don't need hearing aid, or there are other modalities of treatment which is applicable for you.
Sir, does the tone of your speech change? Because sometimes it is bass, sometimes it goes down very bad, and people say, why are you talking this way? Does this happen with the age, or something to do with the throat?
I didn't get you. Can you repeat once again?
I said there is the sound of my speech changes.
Okay.
So,
Sound of your speech is changing. Okay, voice is changing, speech is changing. Yeah, it's feasible. This is what when across the frequencies, if you are not able to get the information, when you are communicating to XYZ, whomever you are communicating, if you are not getting all the information which is inherent in the speech, then you do have that difficulties where you missed out some of the information and you perceive it differently. I can give you one example. Suppose someone says fruit, but then you missed out the cue what is there in for, and you perceive at fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said fruit, but you perceive at put.
Yeah.
Yes.
It happens this many
Yes,
times.
yes.
And therefore, there is miscommunication, then it becomes very difficult.
Yes,
Sometimes
so
I have to hear, "Yeah, I told you," and then I have to say, "No, I didn't hear it properly."
so that's where, along with pure audiometry, you must get your speech recognition testing also done. Okay?
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you
Um,
for your guidance, sir, and I would really, your online has really helped me come out with my problems to you, and I'm so thankful that you gave me good advice.
Thank you
And,
for calling, sir. Thank you for calling. I hope
thank
you have got answers for your questions. You can visit an audiologist or an ENT surgeon at the earliest and get your hearing tested. Thanks for calling, sir.
Thank you.
Madam, you were talking about the pregnancy, but I have one more question related to it.
Yeah.
Does this unsafe listening habits during pregnancy affect the child's hearing in the womb?
No, I don't think we have enough, publications or material or enough research on that it affects. Though all of us do know that in mythology, many of us would have heard the children listen in their wombs and all that thing. But or if the mother or is in a surrounding, there is a lot of loud sounds and all, that would not affect the child's hearing, but it may affect the mother itself. So we would not advise the mother also to be in that kind of a surrounding.
Environments. Okay, madam. Sir, Dr. Praveen,
Yeah.
people of all ages love listening to music.
Yeah.
So you please tell me what is the safest volume they can use to enjoy music and also preserve their hearing?
Very good. I think very nice question in today's context when we are talking about music. Most of us love music, whether we want to use the equipment to play or listen to music. Maybe you have a different choice, but then of course all of us wanted to have exposure of music. So let me tell you, as of now, we government don't have any guidelines as such that when music systems get customized and it's available in the market, whether you can what regulations it has to be. But there are companies who are manufacturing headphones, who are manufacturing the music system. They are trying to make your volume or the noise cancellation system to be better and better. And that's where I recommend you use music by putting your volume less than 60% of the total volume capacities. That is one tips what I wanted to give it to youngsters who are keep on listening to music. The second thing is, if you are using excessive hours of earphones to listen to the music and it's loud, then definitely you will be developing music induced hearing loss, which in early age you may not be identifying it, but there will be subtle changes which is happening in the ear structure, but later on you will realize that you developed some amount of hearing loss because of music exposure, which is also considered as one kind of noise exposure.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen. Dr. Rajeshwari, I think we are running short of time. Can you please tell how does one preserve one's hearing in short? 1 second, ma'am. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಸರಿ. ಮೇಡಮ್, ನಾನು ಅನೀಶ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು
ಅನೀಶ್ ಅಂತನಾ?
ಅನೀಶ್.
ಹೇಳಿ ಅನೀಶ್ ಅವರೇ.
ಅವರು தமிழ்நாட்டில்
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
ஓகே மேடம், நான் அக்ரி செக்டர்ல ஒர்க் பண்றேன்.
எங்க?
அக்ரியில ஒர்க் பண்றேன்.
ஓகே.
இங்க மிஷினரிஸ்ல வந்து எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி காது ஒரு மாதிரி ஒரு எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் பீப் சவுண்ட், அந்த குயின்னு சவுண்ட் கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கு.
சரி, எவ்வளவு நாளா அங்க வேலை பார்க்கறீங்க சார் நீங்க?
நான் ஒரு 1.5 year ஒர்க் பண்றேன்.
ஓகே. உங்க ஏஜ் என்ன சார்?
ஏஜ் 25.
ஓகே, சொல்லுங்க சார்.
அதுதான் அது நம்பர் பார்த்தேன், அது மாதிரி ஏதோ கால் பண்ணி
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್ இங்கே டாக்டர் ராஜேஸ்வரி இருக்கா அவள் உங்கள் கொஸ்டினுக்கு ஆன்சர் பண்ணுறா சார்
ஓகே.
ஹீஸ்
உங்களுக்கு
டெல்லிங்
காது நல்லா கேக்குமா? காது நல்லா கேக்குமா?
ஒரு 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 சைடு ரைட் சைடு மட்டும் நல்லா கேக்குது. ஒரு லெஃப்ட் சைடு மட்டும் எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் அப்படி அந்த மாதிரி சவுண்ட் கேட்டுட்டு.
இல்ல சவுண்ட் வருது அது புரியுது. ஆனா ரெண்டு பக்கமும் காது கேக்குதான்னு கேட்டேன்.
ரெண்டு பக்கமே கேக்குது.
காது கேக்குது. ஆனா ஒரு பக்கம் சவுண்ட் வருது.
ஆமா.
இல்லையா? இதானே டாக்டரை பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? இந்த சவுண்ட் வேலைக்கு சேர்ந்து அப்புறம் வந்துச்சா இல்லை முன்னவே இருந்துச்சா?
இல்ல மேம் இன்னும் பார்க்கல. அதான் பார்க்கலாம்னு சும்மா செர்ச் பண்ண.
இல்ல இந்த சவுண்ட் வேலைக்கு சேர்ந்து அப்புறம் வந்துச்சா இல்லை முன்னவே இருந்துச்சா?
சரி மேம் கேட்கல.
முன்னாடியே உங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்ததா இல்லை வேலைக்கு சேர்ந்த பின்ன உங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ப்ராப்ளம் வந்ததா?
சின்ன மேடம் ஒரு 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 15 days 20 days வரும்.
ஓகே.
நீங்க வேலை பார்க்குற இடம் ரொம்ப சவுண்டா இருக்குமா?
ஆமா மேம்.
நீங்க எதுவும் காதுக்கு பஞ்சு வைக்கிறதோ இல்ல இயர் ப்ரொடெக்டிங் டிவைஸ் எதுவும் வைக்கிறது இல்லையா?
யூஸ் பண்ணல.
ஏன் வைக்கல?
இல்ல மேம் அது இப்பதான் அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிருக்கு. ஒரு 20 days இருக்கு. நார்மலா ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு சவுண்ட் ஹையரா கேட்ட ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்குல்ல இந்த மாதிரி நினைச்சேன். பட் ஒரு 20 days அந்த கண்டினியூஸா ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு.
ஸோ இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் வரும் 20 டேஸா இருக்கா?
ஆமா மேம் ஒரு 15 to 20 days இருக்கு.
தலை சுத்தலாம் இருக்கா?
தெரியல மேம்.
அதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் இல்லை. இந்த சவுண்ட் எப்பவுமே இருக்குமா இல்ல சைலண்டா இருக்கும் போது மட்டுமே இருக்குமா?
இது சைலண்டா இருக்கும்போது இல்ல மேம். அது நார்மலாவே
இந்த கூட இருக்கு. ஓகே. பாருங்க ரொம்ப லவுட் சவுண்ட்ஸ்க்கு எக்ஸ்போஸ் ஆனா காக்லியான்றது அது உங்களோட காது உள்ள அந்த ஜவ்மே இருக்குல்ல அந்த நரம்பெல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல அதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப சென்சிட்டிவா இருக்கும். அது டேமேஜ் இருக்க வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. ஸோ அதனால அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சிக்னல் வந்து இந்த சவுண்ட் இருக்கலாம். அதற்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் சிம்டம் வந்து இந்த சவுண்ட் இருக்கலாம். ஸோ அதனால ஒரு இஎன்டி டாக்டரை பார்த்துட்டு ஒரு ஆடியோமெட்ரி என்ன டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. உங்களுக்கு எந்த மாவட்டமா இல்ல தாலுகா? அதான் அப்படின்னா மாவட்டம் இல்லையா? அப்படின்னா அங்க ஒரு மெடிக்கல் காலேஜ் இதெல்லாம் இருக்கும்ல. ஸோ அங்க அந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்கும். மெடிக்கல் காலேஜ்னா அந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கும். ஒரு இஎன்டி டாக்டரை பார்த்துட்டு அந்த சத்தம் வருதுன்னா ஒரு ஆடியோமெட்ரி டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு காது நரம்பு நல்லா இருக்கா இல்லையான்னு பார்க்கறது ரொம்ப அவசியம். அது நல்லா இருந்தா நீங்க ஒரு அந்த காது நரம்பு உங்க காது நரம்பு ரொம்ப சென்சிட்டிவ். ஸோ லவுட் சவுண்ட்ஸுக்கு எக்ஸ்போஸ் ஆனா காது கேட்குற வாய்ப்பு கம்மி ஆயிடலாம். ஸோ அதனால ப்ரிகாஷன்ஸ்க்கு இயர் ப்ரொடெக்டிங் டிவைஸ் எல்லாம் வேணுமா இருக்கும். நீங்க அந்த டெஸ்ட் பண்ணாதான் உங்களுக்கு புரியும் இல்லையா? ஓகே. ஸோ இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரிகாஷனா லவுட் சவுண்ட்ஸ்க்கு எக்ஸ்போஸ் ஆகாதீங்க. இந்த மீன் டைம் ஒரு கன்சல்டேஷன் எடுங்க. ஓகே.
தேங்க்யூ மிஸ்டர் அனீஷ்.
Yes, ma'am. Anish.
I think we have almost come to the end of today's program. Before concluding, I request the resource persons, Dr. Rajeshwari and Dr. Praveen Kumar, to share your views and give a take-home message for the audience.
Today being the World Hearing Day, I would take this opportunity to cross all the citizens of this country, or in fact, across all people across the globe who are listening, to preserve your hearing, to preserve your natural hearing. So if you have any problems with your ear, please see your doctor at the earliest. When you are listening to music, which you should remember that it is only to enjoy music and not to cause more loud music doesn't mean more happiness. So listen to musics which are well within permissible levels. And I would also say that if you are kind of have pregnant women at home or young children or older people who have hearing issues, have an empathetic hearing to them. So please see and understand if they have a problem, make sure that you kind of help them to get it relieved. And this will be my end.
Thank you, Dr. Rajeshwari. Dr. Praveen Kumar?
Yeah. So as far as take-home message is concerned, I will say prevention is better than cure. So you must try to prevent. You should not, put your, ear in danger. So healthy hearing and listening is very, very important for speech and language acquisition, as well as throughout your life in this journey to have, healthy listening, and you must protect your ear. So, don't do self-medications. That is one, autotoxic drug. There are many autotoxic drugs which affect your hearing. Don't get exposed to loud noise. That is noise-induced hearing loss. That is quite common. And of course, as Madam pointed out, music-induced hearing loss, that is also needs to be taken into the consideration. So enjoy your life by taking care of your safe listening. This is what is message for today's listener. With the theme of World Hearing Day today's, that is to hear for life, listen with care. So be careful.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen. We had a lot of callers from all over the country, and many of them, I think they have got their answers with this program. Hearing is a precious gift of God. Hearing damage due to excessive noise cannot be reversed. Quality of life can decline among affected people, while healthcare costs for society can increase. Hearing loss is preventable, so look after your hearing. Let me summarize some of the important tips on how to protect your hearing. Do not turn music up too loud. Noise levels below 85 dB are considered safe for our hearing. If you listen to music through audio devices, do not turn it up any louder than 60% of the maximum volume. Listen to music through headphones that fit well and block out background noise, as this will enable you to enjoy music at a low volume even in noisy surroundings. Wear earplugs at concerts and clubs and in other noisy environments. They can reduce the noise level by 5 to 45 decibels. Use smartphone apps to measure the level of background noise. Keeping it at a sufficient distance from the source of noise helps to prevent hearing damage. To give your ears a rest, make a conscious effort to take breaks from listening and turn off all noise sources. Have your hearing regularly checked by a specialist. You can log on to our website www.AIISH.MYSURU.in, that is AIISH.MYSURU.in, for more information and details. Our working hours are from Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. except on central government holidays. If you cannot reach us, we also provide teleservices and telerehabilitations through Telecenter, and you can make use of these services. Hearing helps us connected to others. Stay safe, stay engaged with life. Wishing you all a very happy hearing day. Enjoy hearing safely. Thank you.